Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again, and I'm back with another 40K video from the channel, The Lost Primarch. And the title of the video is Deep Warp, where even the Chaos Gods are afraid to go. Now that is very interesting that there are places out there where even demons from hell are afraid to go. You know, I didn't even really think demons could be afraid. You know, maybe they could be like, I don't know, intimidated, you know, maybe some of like the lower level demons, bloodletters, plague bearers, you know, things like that. Maybe if all of a sudden a Primarch appears, you know, maybe they'd be like a little like, oh, you know, but I can't really see them, you know, being afraid of that, you know what I mean? But this is the 40K universe where even demons from hell are afraid of whatever's out there. You know, how crazy is that? But it's the 40K universe. So anyways, let's get on to the video and find out where Chaos Gods are afraid to go. Here we go.
There is only war.
Oh, there we go. Let's turn that up a little bit more.
Hello, nerd. Warp is a mystery, believe it or not, even to Chaos Gods themselves.
Okay, I hope that's good.
You can imagine it as an ocean. Humanity has skimmed just the shallow shores of this great body of Empyrean. The deeper you go, the more alien it becomes. Even the Chaos Gods, creatures of immaterium, born of that realm, have no understanding of what exactly lies at the deepest levels of Sea of Souls. Even Siege, the changer of ways, has no conception what can be found there, how deep it goes. Only one entity has returned from that place, and it was driven mad or
wasn't that
by what it witnessed.
his greater
For
demon?
a brief moment, we
Kairos?
will talk about Kairos the Fate Weaver,
Okay.
the greater demon of Siege, because for us to start understanding Deep Warp, we need to understand this entity. Kairos, once Siege's favorite number cruncher and go-to demonic lackey, is now a walking cosmic joke, and the punchline is terrifying. Back in the days, he was just your standard greater demon, top of the heap in the changer of ways scheming hierarchy. But Siege, despite knowing the past and present like the back of his claw, had one infuriating blind spot: the future. Too messy, too many threads, too much what if this or what if that. It was enough to give even a god of magic a headache. So, in typical Siege fashion, he hatched a plan. He needed someone to dive into the well of eternity, the cosmic blender of space and time, deep within the warp, and to come back with the knowledge he craved. But the problem? No one came back, ever. Dozens of loyal demons were yeeted into the well, and not a single one came back. Finally, Siege looked at Kairos, shrugged, and said, "Guess it's your turn, buddy." And down Kairos went, probably screaming the whole way. Surprised, he made it back, but the well didn't leave him unscathed. His glorious wings, toast. His demonic physique, bent, shriveled, and about as majestic as a raisin. Oh, and now
so what do you
he's
look like
got
before
two
then?
heads, because why not? One head sees every possible future, the other remembers every single past event.
So what did he look like before? So he only had one head before, and his wings were, I guess, more like this, and they weren't burnt. So, damn, whatever was in there definitely changed them.
Sounds great, right? Except both heads are completely insane and can't see what's happening right now. It's like being omniscient, but perpetually forgetting where you put your keys. These days, Kairos, now dubbed Fate Weaver, is Siege's oracle. He sits around muttering cryptic nonsense, spouting truths and lies in equal measure. 9 times 9 Lords of Change are tasked with writing down his ramblings, probably while questioning their career choices. And while his visions are maddeningly helpful, Kairos has a glaring weakness. He's blind to the present. When Siege is feeling particularly generous or bored, he allows mortals and demons to consult with Fate Weaver. Need the answer to a burning question? Kairos has it, but good luck figuring out which head is lying. The truth and the lie are so convincing they will make your brain do backflips, leaving you more confused than when you started. Fortunately for everyone, Zeech rarely lets Kairos out of his cosmic playpen, but when he does, Fateweaver becomes a nightmare on the battlefield. He twists reality like it is a game of chess, and he's playing against toddlers. Entire landscapes shift at his whim, and his psychic
So
powers
Kairos is
can
actually
vaporize
pretty damn
armies.
strong
Even
then.
his minions seem to dodge bullets and blades like they have read the script, but here's the kicker. If Kairos gets hurt, he tends to retreat. Why? Because he's paranoid that Zeech might be rigging the game against him. After all, if there is one thing the Changer of Ways loves
That's
more
interesting.
than chaos, it's irony. In battle, Kairos isn't just a demon, he's the embodiment of cosmic trolling. He pits enemies against each other, rewrites their fates mid-swing, and watches the carnage unfold with detached amusement. And if you are unlucky enough to face him up close, his Staff of Tomorrow can turn even the mightiest hero into a slobbering chaos spawn in one humiliating blow. Kairos
Really?
Fateweaver, a two-headed nightmare who sees
Wow.
everything except the punch coming straight
That's
at
actually a
him.
pretty powerful staff then.
It is hard to explain Deep Warp, but seeing how it alters even the greater demons, how Chaos Gods don't want to get close to it, is telling something, you know? The great sorcerer, Zeech, for all his cosmic power and endless scheming, has one itch he just can't scratch. The Well
What's in there?
Eternity. The swirling abyss of infinite space and time is the one riddle he can't solve, the one
Okay.
secret he's forbidden to know. It gnaws at him, like a splinter lodged in the brain of a being who's supposed to know everything. Naturally, it drives him
Not
up
everything.
the metaphorical wall. But since Zeech can't provide us with an explanation, then what about someone who has spent a lot of time with navigators, who understands them, who knows them, who learns from these subhumans born to find safe routes through this realm of chaos?
Okay.
There are layers. There is stratum aeteris, the shallow ways. There is stratum profundus, the greater arteries plunging deeper. There is stratum obscurus, the root of the terror. How does this help you? No living man can navigate the deep ways. Even he could not. It could not be done. He was wrong about that, at least. It is not a mirror. It moves like a living thing. It is a living thing. Touch it, and it trembles.
Interesting.
I do not have the eye, but still, I have seen things. I have studied what they study. The complexity is immortal.
What
The
they
sea
studied?
is an ocean. All know this. It has currents, it has depths, it has storms. Near the surface, you can see the cartomancer's light. You can follow it. You can use your Geller Aegis, and you are kept barred from the intelligences. But even then, you are just below the upper limits. Go deeper, and the Aegis shatters. The lights go out. The eye is blinded. When men say they traverse the warp, they boast. For no mortal does more than skim across eternity's face, like stones thrown by a child. We do not belong there. It is poison for us. And the
Interesting.
deeper in, the worse the poison.
Makes
Those
sense.
who tried to go deeper did not succeed. Do you know why not? Because it is impossible. It takes the power of a tormented sun just to puncture the shallowest shoals.
Oh,
No
wow.
energy in our arsenal could possibly pierce further. String the reactors
Damn.
of a dozen battleships together, double their potential, and still it would not be enough. So no,
Wow.
he did not succeed.
So kind of like our ocean, we don't know a
The
whole lot
warp
about
is
it.
indeed a lot like an ocean, but not the kind you would want to swim in.
Yeah,
More like
yeah.
the kind that swallows ships whole and spits out monsters. The part of the warp we understand, and I use that term loosely, is like the epipelagic zone in the real ocean.
So we
That's
just
the
can't
surface
puncture
layer
through that-
where light
that
from
deep
the
of the warp.
Astronomicon still shines through, and where the pressure, thanks to the Geller fields, is manageable. The creatures here, like lesser demons, are nasty but not too terrifying compared to what's lurking below. Think of it as the shallow end of a very, very bad swimming pool.
Okay.
Further down is where things get serious. The Chaos Gods hang out in the warp's equivalent of the Midnight Zone. Here, the light of the Astronomicon is a long-forgotten dream, and the pressure is soul-crushing, literally.
Okay,
Geller
makes
fields
sense.
fail, and any poor fool caught here is basically chum in a demon buffet.
Yeah, pretty much screwed.
Magnus the Red once compared the Chaos Gods to continent-sized islands floating in an infinite ocean, which is poetic for a guy
Wow.
who got his soul shredded across dimensions, but he's not wrong. This is their turf, and they dominate it. Now, if you think the
Understandable.
Midnight Zone sounds like hell, let me introduce you to the Abyssal and Hadal zones, the real depths of the warp. Down here, even the Chaos Gods
So that's gonna be
don't
like
dare
what?
venture.
Challenger
It is
deep
so alien and
on our
extreme
planet?
that even beings made of raw warp energy can't survive. This is
Really?
where the Well of Eternity sits, a swirling vortex of infinite and timeless energy that defies comprehension. Calling it pure chaos feels like an understatement. Even the Chaos Gods themselves would drown in this primal madness. But what
Wow.
if the Well of Eternity isn't just a bottomless pit? It might be a gateway, a hole inside the immaterium leading outside the universe itself. Imagine a primordial soup of
That'd be interesting.
raw potential, bubbling with the seeds of new universes waiting to be born. It's creation and destruction in their most extreme forms. And nothing, not demons, not gods, not even Zeech on his best day, can withstand it. In short, the warp is an ocean where the deeper you go, the weirder and deadlier it gets.
Interesting. What is on the other side?
The deep warp might be home to beings that predate even the Chaos Gods. Primal, formless entities of raw chaos. These could be fragments of the primordial energy that gave birth to the immaterium itself, swirling in timeless, incomprehensible patterns. Unlike the Chaos Gods, who are shaped by mortal emotions and thoughts,
Right.
these beings might exist beyond concepts like desire or ambition. To encounter one would be like staring into the first moments of
So they just be
creation
like pure chaos.
or the last. Perhaps the deep warp is kind of a metaphysical womb, where the raw energy of creation churns and coalesces into new realities. Each fragment of this realm might hold the spark of a potential universe waiting to ignite. These seeds could explain why the deep warp is so dangerous. Even the Chaos Gods might be annihilated by coming into contact with such overwhelming primordial power. Not every
That's pretty
universe
crazy.
is a success story. The deep warp could be a graveyard for failed realities, places where cosmic rules broke down or where entropy won too soon. These collapsed universes might float through the deep warp like phantom echoes, their ruined laws of physics and time leaking into the immaterium. Demons,
Wow.
gods, and mortals who stumble across these husks might be trapped in looping fragments of dead worlds, unable to escape their decaying logic. If the deep warp births universes, it could also contain entities that unmake them. These predators might not be creatures in the traditional sense, but forces that feed on potential unraveling realities before they fully form. To such
Jeez,
beings, a
that's-
mortal mind, or
that's
even
pretty
a
crazy to
chaos
think.
god, might be little more than a snack, their essence consumed to fuel the predator's endless hunger. The deep warp might hold shards of the source, the hypothetical origin of all energy and existence. These fragments could be building blocks of both the warp and the materium, raw and undiluted. Contact with such fragments might grant unimaginable power, or dissolve a being into its most basic components, erasing it from all timelines. The deep warp could act as a nexus point between realities, linking the 40K universe to others through a web of unstable portals and interdimensional currents. Perhaps every universe has its own version of the warp, and the deep warp is where they overlap, merging into a chaotic multiversal ocean. These connections might explain phenomenon like the Well of Eternity, which could be a passageway leading beyond the 40K universe into entirely different planes of existence.
Wow.
Explorers or fools who venture deep
Maybe
enough
go to the
might
Warhammer
find
universe.
themselves stepping into alternate realities, some similar to their own, and others so alien that they defy description. It's also possible that the deep warp acts as a filter, allowing some realities to influence others. Events in one universe might ripple through the deep warp and subtly alter the fate of another, creating connections between worlds that seem otherwise isolated. If the deep warp is truly infinite, it might extend beyond the boundaries of our universe entirely, leading into a meta-reality that exists outside time and space. This could be the primordial soup that spawns universes, where the rules of existence are written or erased.
Wow.
In this meta-reality, there might be no distinction between the materium and the immaterium, no divide between thought and matter. It could be a state of pure potential, where everything and nothing coexists. To reach
So,
it would
alternate
mean transcending
realities
not
and
just
different
physical
universes.
form,
That's
but
pretty
the
crazy.
very concept of individuality. The deep warp, then, is not just a place. It's a philosophical and existential paradox. It represents the ultimate unknown, a place where the boundaries of reality blur and where even gods are humbled. Whatever lies within is not something that can be understood, only feared, revered, or foolishly sought by those who don't know better. But what do you think about these deepest levels of the immaterium? What lies beyond the Well of Eternity? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a like and subscribe to my channel with the notifications on so you wouldn't miss my
That is pretty crazy that what could be down there.
To gain access to unique art in high resolution, which you can download, print out, and put on your wall. Every month we post something new there, and art for November is up there already, so go check it out. I promise, you will love it. Remember to join Discord to show our memes, and with that in mind, I'll see you next time. Nerd!
So that is very interesting. So first, I didn't know that about Kairos Fate Weaver, so he was very different before he went in there. Apparently, he only had one head, and what do you say about like his wings and stuff like that? They weren't burnt or...
And down Kairos went, probably screaming the whole way. Surprise, he made it back, but the well didn't leave him unscathed. His glorious wings, toast. His demonic physique, bent, shriveled, and about as majestic as a raisin.
So his wings burnt. His body bent.
His demonic physique, bent, shriveled.
Bent and shriveled, so what, was he like, just taller, or what?
And about as majestic as a raisin. Oh, and now he's got two heads, because...
Okay, so... So before he went in there, apparently he was, just taller. His wings weren't burnt. I'm assuming they look like what they do in this picture here, and he only had one head. And then he went in there, and then when he came out, he looked very different and had two heads, and apparently his physique was very much different. So, man, that's crazy to think. I mean, still, Kairos looks actually very badass and stuff like that. I can kind of see why Tzeentch, keeps him around and stuff like that. The only being that survived, where no one else has. But yeah, that's just insane to think what else could be down there. Just the realities of bending time and space and alternate realities and creating universes and just so much unknown. And of course, you know, there is no technology that we can use to go down there. You know, like they said in the later on in the clip, you know, not even taking, what was it, like the power cores of like 12 battleships, and even doubling it could even penetrate the depths of it and stuff like that. But that's, man, that is pretty insane. I mean, that'd be kind of cool though if you could, and then send, you know, I don't know, a whole bunch of like servitors on a ship or something like that down there. You know, try to like record whatever they can. You know, I mean, I'd be using as many servitors as I can to, you know, explore hostile, unknown areas and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, it's pretty crazy that, you know, the Chaos God's like, yeah, no. And of course, Tzeentch not knowing anything at all about it, you know. Jeez, that's crazy, but that is the 40K universe. And I mean, I'm sure that's not gonna, you know, one of the things that kind of stinks about that is we'll probably never know what is actually down there. It'll just continue to be like one of the great mysteries of the 40K universe. You know, what is in there, you know? Who knows? But yeah, that's pretty crazy, just knowing about the deep warp and just how insane the warp is and stuff like that in general. Just imagine, you know, being on a ship and just passing through it. You know, at least you got the Geller fields, but, you know, I mean, if you didn't have those, it's not going to go well for you. And that's just what, skimming the surface of it. Just imagine going deeper. Who knows what else is down there? But yeah, that is crazy. Now I see why the Chaos Gods are afraid to go there. Alright, but anyways, there we go. There's the video, the deep warp, where even the Chaos Gods are afraid to go. I thought there was going to be like all sorts of like, I don't know, warp beings or something like that could like drain, I don't know, the life force from like a Chaos God completely or something like that. Just some sort of like monstrous creature. Because I think in some other videos I've watched, I think by like Warhammer, there's like entities or something out there that can just drain the life force of an entire planet. Just gone, you know? So I mean, maybe there's something out there that could do the same thing to a Chaos God and just drain it, you know? I don't, who knows what else is out there and what. But yeah, that was a pretty good video. You know, definitely have to check out more of these videos. I don't know what other videos he's got, but yeah, these are pretty cool, you know? Who are the men of gold from the golden age of technology? Who are the men of stone from the dark age of technology? Interesting. The men of gold. I have no idea. Huh. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check out more of his videos. His videos are really good and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'll definitely see what other videos he's got and definitely make more. But yeah, so anyways, there we go. The deep warp. Just imagine what happens to you if you somehow manage to go in the deep warp without Geller fields. I mean, you get screwed up just going in the warp, skimming across the warp without a Geller field. Just imagine going deeper without one. Yeah, you'd be totally messed up. If you'd even be anything at all. You know? It's crazy to think. Alright, so anyways, there we go. There's the video. Let me know what you guys think about the deep warp. What do you think is down there? Do you think we'll ever actually find out, or will it just continue to be an elusive mystery and stuff like that, you know? Let me know. But anyways, other than that, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media. Links in the description box below. And, of course, if there's any other 40K videos you want me to check out, let me know down below in the comments section or leave a link to the video, and I'd be happy to do a video on it. So other than that, just stick around. More videos are on the way, and I will see you guys next time.